Hi everyone, Not So Ace Trainer here with Not So Ace TCG, and today we have Erika's Victreebel from Ascended Heroes. You might be asking why this deck is being talked about right now, and that's because it got a new tool in Pitch Black. First, let's remind ourselves, Erika's Victreebel deals 40 damage for each of your Erika's Pokemon in play, which basically would cap without stadium shenanigans like Area 0 at 240 damage. Good numbers, but since this costs 2 energy, you need to play it with Wild Growth Meganium in order to power it up with a single attachment. Because of this, you're capped at 200, not as good. In order to keep the deck flowing though, we have Erika's Tangela with the Gathering of Blossoms ability. This allows you to search your deck for one Erika's Pokemon and add it to your hand. This is really the best card in the deck. There's also an Erika's Vileplume that can heal 30 every turn, but I didn't feel like it ever came into play, even though it is good against some spread decks like for example Grimmsnarl or anything with Frostlass, as well as Matcha Spin. Then we're playing 2 Boss's Orders, we're playing 4 Lillie's Determinations, and we're playing the new tool that this deck has, and that is Gwynn from Pitch Black. Since you're searching with Tangela, you can easily just discard 2 Pokemon and draw 6 very consistently. And since we are discarding a lot, we're also playing 2 Sacred Ash as well as 1 Lana's Aid. And since getting one of our non-attacking Pokemon stuck in the active is one of the biggest issues with this deck, we're playing 2 Air Balloon as well as 1 Kieran. Kieran has 2 pretty cool effects. The first one is to switch your active Pokemon with one of your benched Pokemon. This saves us from getting stuck. But then, we can also deal 30 more damage to our opponent's active Pokemon EX or active Pokemon V, even though those don't exist anymore. This can boost our damage to 230, which is very good, or even to 260 in case we're using one of our 2 Brave Bangle. For our Pokemon search, besides the Gathering of Blossoms ability from Erika's Tangela, we're playing 4 Bug Catching Set. This gets us Pokemon and Energy, as well as 4 Poké Pad. Then, since this is a grass deck, we're playing Forest of Vitality as we have stage 2 Pokemon that we want to get into play as quickly as possible, and then of course we have Secret Box to tie it all together. And finally, we have 7 basic grass energy and 1 special red card for disruption. This deck is very consistent once you get the right cards down, but the damage cap is a huge weakness. Being a grass type does make it so you have very good matchups against some popular decks, but tanky or aggressive stuff will be a huge problem. But anyway, in order for you to judge it yourself, let's get into some games. Alright, the opponent chose to go first. We're going second. Let's see what we're playing with. Okay, could be worse. We're not getting donked. There's not many things that can donk on the first turn, I think. I hope. Oh, it's Slowking. We play no shame in, my friends, so there's a big chance that this game does not last very long. Slowking, Tangela is good. That saves me 1 search card. And we do have like big targets, but if they hit 1 Trifrost, that's not great, you know? That is not great. Maybe they don't open with okay, they did not open Slowpoke, which means we can actually try and play the game. All right. I'll get as many things as I can out right now. And maybe we can get a boss next turn and just start doing something. Maybe. I'll get the 3rd one and then I'll check the deck. Because I'm going to be searching for another Bellsprout. Okay, we have 3-3. There's 1 Weepinbell prized. 1 Erika's Victreebel, I believe. Full line of Meganium. Boss is here. Okay, 1 Gwynn is prized. Ooh, no, they are in our hand. 1 Poké Pad is prized. We have 2 stadiums prized. Ooh, 2 stadiums prized is not great. That is not great at all, but you know, it is what it is. We have no energy prize, so that is very good. Well, it is. Poké Pad gets us the Chikorita. And then we, we Lillies. With Lillies, but with 2 stadiums, it's always dangerous that we just don't get anything. Not a big fan of that. Like 2 stadiums down, 2 stadiums price. That means we might just not find the stadium next turn, which means we don't get a knockout. Wait, what? I'm confused. I feel like the Regigigas might have been a mistake. I feel like it might have been a mistake. But we'll see. We'll see. We will see. That is going for a Slowpoke. And it has 80 HP, which means that I cannot just boss it and knock it out with Leafy Cyclone. Cannot do it. So, yeah. Alright, this is going to be a strange battle that we're going to be facing here. A strange battle. We can get the kill if, you know, if things go well. Okay, I'll do this. I will get Gathering of Blossoms for 1 Weepinbell just so I can remove it from the deck. I'll do that. Now we gotta go Lillie's Determination. Should I get the energy there already? I'll believe and get it here. I'll believe. Yeah, I am a believer. 8 new cards. We don't get the stadium. We get absolutely nothing. So, yeah. Yep, that is not great. Not great at all. I'm gonna get the Victreebel. We get a full line of Chikorita, but we just don't get the stadium, so I don't know. I do not know. I'm gonna do this. Maybe they don't get the knockout. Very unlikely. I'll do the 30. Maybe I shouldn't. They'll draw 2 cards that gets them closer to the knockout, but I kind of need to be sure that I knock out the Latias if I boss it, and I might not have the Bengal. Let's see. They just need to evolve. There's the energy. They will evolve for sure. Get me at night. Now they need to get a Poké Pad or something. There's the Bengal as well. Switch. They didn't need the switch though. They did not need it. Okay, and Lilies. Okay. They need a Slowking and they need a Kieran. And then it's very close to game over. There's a Slowking. As long as there's like a Poké Pad in hand, there's a Secret Box. And I think that's basically game. They'll knock out they'll get 3 prizes, and that alone is it. You know, that alone is it. I'll be in a very tough spot. Very, very tough spot. I'll still try to play it, but with 2 stadiums prized, chances of us getting the stadium are very, very, very slim, especially because we don't have a single draw supporter. Let me see what they get exactly. Yeah, Wondrous Patch as well. They don't have anything, which is cool. They don't have anything. They will not discard anything that actually does something. So, yeah, there's a Kieran. It can be any Pokemon, right? It doesn't have to be active. So they'll go Bayleef, double Weepinbell. And that's going to be game. Yeah, that is game right there. There's nothing I can do about it. That is brutal. Brutal. So many decks that I could be facing, and it had to be a Slowking deck. Maybe Shaman is very necessary. Very necessary. I've been facing quite a few Slowking. Okay, we have Gwyn, so that does give me a lot. So yeah, I'll do. I mean, I gotta do like something like this, I guess. Double Victreebel would be terrible for me, so I'll do this and hope for the best. 6 new cards. We have this. We get the stadium, so we can maybe play the game right now. I think we might. I have many. That's so many Pokemon that I have there. That is terrible. Let's see. Can do. And I have red cards, so that is very good for me as well. I can do Bellsprout. I have to do only 1 here, so technically I don't need to do that. I can get the Meganium. I'll do this. I think that might be the way to do it. Alright, I need 1 energy at least to be here. The Bengal might be necessary, but not right now. So I will do this, and I have the energy there. I have the energy there. Let me just go here. I have the energy there. I have 2 here. That is annoying, but I will have to do that. It needs to be like this. I need to get this. I'll get a Lilies, I guess. This, and the tool is going to be the Bengal. Okay, and now I can do Gathering of Blossoms for another Bellsprout. I have both of them active, I think. But it doesn't really matter. I have both of them. Oh, no, I have the Poké Pad. For a moment there, I thought I messed up, but I didn't. I can do that. This one can go here. These two can get me a Weepinbell each, right? Yeah, they get me a Weepinbell each. I evolve both of them. I get both of them into Victreebel. Okay, I have like a very good turn that might end up being like awesome if I red card them into nothing. If I red card them into like a lot of good things, like then it's over because they can just Trifrost and win the game because I have 3 Tangelas on the bench. But there's like I cannot play the game thinking that they will win on the following turn. I have to do everything I need. So that is what I'm doing. I'll do that. I'll get Poké Pad for Meganium. Then I'll just red card them and hope for the best. And that is the best thing I could hope for my turn. Now for their turn, I can hope that they just don't have anything. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Alright, so we red card them now. That's very good. And 200 on them. And we hope for the best. They have a spot on their bench now. They can get their Fez. I might just have given them like a Lillies or something. But I'm hoping that I haven't. Okay, there's one of my lost stadiums. Because now they need everything. They need a lot of cards. They need a whole bunch of cards. And maybe they won't have them. Okay, there's the Kangaskhan. I cannot knock out the Kangaskhan. But it is like a very good, like very good consistency Pokemon that they have. There's one energy on the Slowpoke. There's a Poké Pad. That gets them the Slowking. They cannot win this turn. They need to switch in order to take the Mega Kangaskhan out. There's a world where they have it. I guess there is a world where they have it. But then again, there is a world where I can get boss on this turn and just go for that, you know? It wasn't this world, but there is one. There is one indeed. Okay, I have this. I can get the energy here. And there's nothing much I can do. I'll just do this. I could have thinned the deck, I guess, but that would be the optimal play. But we're in a situation where they can run errand again. They can they have the second energy. You know, like as if they have they play the second Poké Pad, so they have used their Secret Box. So there's a world where they won't have it. But I need many. There's a stadium. What's a new active? Yeah, they have it. They have it. Okay, if they don't have it, then maybe that's like the Metagross or something. It might be. If it is a second... Okay, that's a Metagross. I'm fine with that. I can knock out the Slowking. They'll need more cards in order to reach a knockout on the following turn. So there's a world where they don't have it. Let's see. At this point, anything is possible, I guess. I don't have the stadium, but I can get one Bellsprout down. Okay. There we go. I don't have the stadium anyway, so that's fine. But I can discard, like I can do Gwyn, and I think I'll do Gwyn for 3 actually. No, I'll do it for 2 actually. I'll discard the Bellsprout and the Tangela. Yeah, I'll do that. Because I can take away their stadium. I still have stadiums in deck, and I have 5 cards in deck, which is not the greatest, but sometimes that's what you have. So I can discard the Tangela and the Bellsprout. That gives me 1 stadium. I like that. I can do that. And that's like the second stadium. They probably play 4, I'm assuming. I think they kind of have to, right? So this doesn't save me. I have 3 targets on the bench. 2 would be enough for them to win. I'll do my 200, and I'm hoping that they don't have anything. And I'll go for the Slowpoke. Like, if they cannot put a second Slowpoke on the bench, I will go for it, because I do have Boss. I have my 4th Stadium as well. Okay, they'll run Errand again. They need a lot of cards. But they might have those cards. Because now they have energy on the discard pile. They have one Wondrous Patch down. Okay, they'll switch without using Running Errand? I'm confused. Do they have everything already? Because they could have just... That was not a good idea. That was not a good idea. They cannot retreat now. That switch was a mistake. That switch was a mistake. I can boss that Slowpoke and make their life very, very hard, unless they play a second switch. If they play a second switch, then I can do a thing. But yeah, I'm very confused. I think they messed up. I think they absolutely messed up, because they switched into... Yeah, they switched into Slowpoke, then retreated. So now they need another switch in order to you know, make their play. I think they made a mistake unless they play a second switch. And if they play a second switch, man, like, sure. Okay, I think I might win this game, which I didn't think I would. Because I can boss the Slowking, knock it out, and I get in a position where they cannot attack me with Slowking on the following turn. I don't know if they play like some kind of like Blood Moon or Saloon or something. But they open up a target for me to just boss the Kangaskhan or something. They need 2 turns to do something. I don't know, they might charge the Latias. That's a possibility. Do I have any more bosses? I have one more boss that might or might not be prized. Alright, there we go. That switch was a very big mistake. Very big mistake. Alright, we won the coin flip. We're going first. Let's see what we're up against. Hopefully something with the grass weakness. That would be fantastic. We open with a good hand. Alright. No Tangela, but we have supporters. We have basic Pokemon. We don't have an energy. Not that awesome, but it is something. It is something. Alright. Let us see what we're up against. Ooh, that is terrible for us. That is terrible for us. Okay, that's an attachment. I like that. Yeah, that is very terrible for us for one simple reason. We played no Shaman, because Shaman barely, you know, barely came up in any of my games. So I was like, you know, like I don't need that. You know, I don't need Shaman. Shaman doesn't seem like an important card for me. But there's a Kyurem right there, and there's definitely a Slowpoke somewhere in that deck, and a Slowking. Let's see. Hopefully they open only with the Kyurem, and I have like a tremendous hand on the following turn. Alright, they did open only with the Kyurem, so if I have a tremendous hand this turn, I can win. I can donk the Kyurem, and I can donk the Kyurem, right? I can, yeah, I think I can. I think I can do it. Okay, this is a perfect start with the deck. Almost perfect. Perfect would be with, you know, with the actual Meganium down. But this is good enough. And I think, well, you're not going to get this very often. And you kind of need your opponent to not play any Pokemon besides the one. So, you know, it is what it is. We're dealing enough damage. We have the Victreebel. And that's a win right there. If it was any other situation, we'd be very, very unlikely to get this down. But there we go. It actually happened this time. But yeah, this is not going to happen a lot of times. We're opening up with double Tangela, which could be worse. And we're playing against a deck that is also at least a Meganium deck. Might it be? Okay, it is not a mirror match. We're going second. And I think we might be in the better position than them in this situation, because we can knock out the Ogerpon. Even though this is certainly a what's its name? This is certainly a Hydrapple deck, I'm assuming. I only saw the Bayleef during the you know, during the mulligans, but, you know, we never know. We never know. Okay, so they're taking the first knockout, and I do not mind that. Let them take the first knockout. Sadly, I cannot find any matchups that I really want to showcase the power of this deck, which is against the ones that are weak to grass. So you have a very good matchup against like Zoroark. If you find Mega Darkrai, this absolutely wrecks Mega Darkrai. Grimmsnarl, same thing, even though they do have the Frostlass, and the Frostlass does hit for major damage against our Tangelas. But I feel I'm not going to risk it. I'll save it. I'll save it. I should have checked my deck for everything, but I didn't. Alright, we get one Poké Pad for the... Okay, we have 4 down, one is in hand. We have one Weepinbell prized, I believe. One Weepinbell prized, one Victreebel... No, 2 Victreebel prized. That is not great. We have one Lillie's prized, I think. No, we have every Lillie's. Okay. Secret Box is there. We have all stadiums. Alright. We are in a good spot. Let's just get Chikorita. And I will get the Bayleef in hand. Just so I don't draw it. And I'll let them do what they need to do. I do not mind it. I can deal with that. They're knocking out the Tangela. 100%. Let's just see. Maybe they put down the stadium. That would be great. That'd be something that I would love to see. But if they're smart, they don't put down the stadium and, you know, like force me to find it. So let's see what they do. We do need the Bengal to knock out the Ogerpon. But if we find it, we're in a very good spot. Like very, very good spot. So I am... I'm confident here, you know, I am confident. They're still dancing, they have 2 Ogerpons down. Okay, our energies do count for double, so they will count for double, theirs will count for double, so there's no way we're surviving. Oh, is it a Serperior EX deck? Or is it a Serperior? I don't even know, like, which one is the one that's out there right now? First of all, like, great. It's the first time I'm seeing one of the starter cards like in TCG Live. I thought I'd see more of them in Festival Lead, but I haven't seen as many Festival Leaders as I was hoping. Okay, so first of all, I need to get another Tangela just to have something on the bench. Second, I need to discard stuff, and I think the right thing to do right now might be to go Gwyn for the 6 cards. So I'll discard one Weepinbell and one Bellsprout. And I'll get the Victreebel in hand. Just in case I can attack. Plus I'll keep the basic energy as well, just in case I don't get what I need. Alright, let's see. Give me the stadium, come on. Okay, we have everything we need. Fantastic. This is what I love to see. We have the stadium, we have this, we have the Bangle. What a great thing. What a great thing. I don't have Secret Box. I'll save that. I'll save Secret Box. Because next turn we can do the same thing. They will not bounce the stadium. And that gives me 2 prizes right here. Bangle is a very important card in these matchups. Like there's a lot of like 210 Pokemon. And being able to deal 210 damage, that is super, super good. Special Red Card is also very nice. At first, my first build did not have any kind of disruption. And I felt like you needed that. Like there were many games where it was one of those situations where if they have boss, I lose. But I had like a 15 card hand that I couldn't do anything about it. And I was like, if I had red card right now, you know, like I win on the following turn. But if they have boss, that happened a lot against decks like Beedrill, which are very hard decks for you to beat. Like anything that is super fast, you're gonna have like a whole bunch of trouble, especially if you cannot knock them out on the first turn. Which one is the Serperior? Is this the one from yeah, this is the one from the pre-release kits from Perfect Order, I believe. Real command 20 times each of your Pokemon in play. Okay. That's cool. They played Rose's Encouragement, right? No, if it is in the discard pile, that's 250. That's good numbers right there. Very good numbers. We can knock them out easily, so I am not very worried. But, you know, we're still in a position where bad things can happen. We never know. Because we have to keep going. We have to keep attacking every turn. And if they do a very good boss on our Meganium, we might just get stuck without energies. Like right now, I'm going to need a Lana's aid very, very soon. Very, very soon. But for now, we're fine. Actually, I could get it with Secret Box, to be fair. But I think I'm going to be fine without it. They cannot hit my bench, which means that they cannot really do anything to disrupt me in any kind. Cannot get anything with this. Yeah, I'll just Lillies. Maybe I get a Sacred Ash. That would be enough. No Sacred Ash. Honestly, not the best hand as well. So let's hope that they don't find a lot of stuff on the following turn. Okay, we have 1 energy. And I can just Flower Garden Rondo for 200. And now they need a lot of cards to be able to attack. In fact, no, Rose's Encouragement gets them there. Gwyn would be awesome in any other situation. Not right now, to be fair. Not right now, because I have no Pokemon to search. So I am in not the best spot. So let's see what they have. The Night Stretcher gets them an energy. Okay, Teal Dance for the energy. So I have the win. If I get the knockout now, because that okay, there's Fez. I fear they might have what they need. They probably play 4 roses, I believe. That's very likely the case. 4 roses, or not. They might play just 1 just to get it in the discard pile. Now I feel like they have to play at least 2. Okay, they pass. I get an incredible draw. I'll get an energy on. I'll give an energy on you just in case they discard. Yeah, just in case they go for the Meganium. I'll get that one ready. Okay, still. Okay. Still nothing. Still nothing on the Lana's aid or Sacred Ash. Like a Sacred Ash would be perfect, and I know I have it. Okay, there's a Weepinbell. That's already... Now I can attack. I can deal 70, which is something. I find it surprising they haven't evolved the Chikorita. But see, this is what I mean. Like, lots of times I had like this situation where, okay, I'm in a good spot, but they can mess me up. But they had like a huge hand, and I was like, I can't do anything here. Like, I cannot red card them. The deck is very tight in space because you kind of need like a lot of consistency cards. You need to play 4 Tangelas. You need to play 4 of every of the other Pokemon. You can get away with the 2-2-2 line of the Meganium, but even then, sometimes that feels like not enough. So yeah, let's see where we can get with this. They will retreat the Snivy and go for the Ogerpon, and that's exactly what I need. I need them to give me a 2-prizer so I can try and knock it out without needing boss. Because that way I might just, with the Lillies or something, I might just get exactly what I need. Especially because I know they will not bounce the stadium. And that is the most important part. Oh, they have Meganium EX. That would be annoying. That's like a 350 or something. 360. Beautiful card though. Very beautiful card. My god, that is a very good looking card. If there's one thing that they've been doing that I'm like, okay, sure. I wish I could get more, find more product or open cards from time to time for a reasonable price. But they know that people want them, so they've been doing some good stuff. Okay, Serperior EX. All right, I knew there was one out there. No, let me see what you do. 20 more damage. You may search the deck for up to 3. Okay, so basically I need literally everything, and if I get everything, I win. All right, I'll see if I can. So I'm doing 160 for now. I have the Weepinbell. There's Gwyn. I cannot do anything but like I have to go Lillies and hope that I get like a Sacred Ash or something, or else I might just lose the game. So let me see. No Sacred Ash. I'm not in a good spot here. Not in a good spot. That is not great. I should have attached to one of the Tangela. So I hope I get an energy. Oh, I got a Chikorita. Okay. That's one Pokemon that I can discard next turn, I guess. 3 energies there. I don't get a knockout. Gwyn can discard both of them. Get me a lot of cards. I can only do this. That is the only thing I can do. I have the balloons. I dealt 70. One attachment gets them the Serperior live. Not the best spot to be in. Not the best spot. I should have definitely attached to one of the Tangela just so I could... Maybe I should have retreated the Weepinbell, but I'm like trying to get into a place where they... You know, like they do not have the... what they need to knock me out. Okay, there's a Meowth. There's many targets, I guess. And I do have 2 turns. I have 2 turns to find what I need because they cannot deal damage to my bench. But they have very big Pokemon in play and that is a problem. That is a big problem. We cannot play any support Pokemon because we need, you know, exactly those Pokemon in our bench. So, not the best situation. Let's see. They're definitely retreating to the... yeah, they're retreating to the Serperior EX. 320 is a lot of HP. I cannot deal with that. Okay, Command the Grass, that's 170. And 3 cards. Okay, the 3 cards can easily be like some kind of boss or something. I have Red Card. I will use Red Card, but... Okay. 20 cards in my deck. I need 1 Sacred Ash. But I cannot boss. So I need 1 Sacred Dash and boss. But I cannot get everything. Sacred Dash alone would get me like a lot of the things that I need. I'll give them 1 Tangela. Like one of the cards there is 100% boss. So yeah. Okay, there's a Bangle. I'd love to use a Bangle, but I can't. So let's first use this. That needs to happen. And then let's do Gwyn and hope that we get what we need. Because we're getting to a point where that's not happening. And it's getting scary. And we still don't get it. I don't know what we can do here. Like, we have boss, sure, but... I mean, this deals 140. I mean, I can get 1 energy here and try to knock out the Meowth, I guess. I think that's the only way out. Like, if they have boss, I think we'll lose, but... If they don't, I can just boss the Meowth. Not even that. I cannot boss the Meowth because I don't have a balloon. So, I'm hoping that they knock out the Tangela. Like, that is what I'm hoping for. Knock out the Tangela and I'll be... You know, very happy. They don't have boss. Okay, they will draw a lot of cards. I'm just hoping that they just knock out the Tangela. It's like very alluring, you know. They get to 1 prize. There we go. We won the game. All right. Very, very lucky on our part. Very, very lucky. This is the situation that I found in many of my testing games. You get to a point where... Sure, it's really, really cool to see the Tangela searching for your Pokemon and all that, but if you get to a point later in the game where you don't have the exact cards in your hand, like if you don't find the recovery, you're just not in a very good spot. Now there's a balloon. Okay, we would be fine if they didn't knock it out, but at least now we can go with the Meganium, boss the Meowth, or the Ogerpon, but let's go for the Meowth. And 170 with Solar Beam for the knockout. That ended up a little bit more iffy than I thought. But here we are. That was good enough. That was good enough. My God, that was scary. That was scary.